talk about all things Marvel and DC. As you guys may see right here, we have a list of the DC animated movies. We're going to be ranking them. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the ranking. So, as you may see here, we have great movies, like the best great movies. Like don't touch them, don't do anything with them, or unless we're fighting. But we also have good movies and okay, not, but still good movies. And then there are some movies in here that I just haven't seen yet, but probably will down the line, down the line, or maybe I will see them after the video. Who knows? But without further ado, let's get on with this ranking. Now, Justice League War. This actually kind of really reminds me of the Justice League Snyder Cut, and it kind of reminds me of the Well, obviously, this is taking inspiration from the new 52 comic book, but this was a good movie. I mean, you can't really argue with the fact that you just, like, as comic book fans, we just love, whether it's Marvel, DC, or anything else like that. We just love seeing our favorite characters just come together, like, as a team. But yeah, it wasn't a great movie, but it was still good by standards. The son of Batman. Now, I think this movie was great. I loved it. I love Damian Wayne as, a Robin. I love all the Robins, but I think Damian Wayne in particular, he's not my favorite, but he's, in my opinion, I think he's a little bit underrated. Well, Tim Drake is, but Damian Wayne is like the second. When you think of Robin, you really think of like Jason Todd, Nightwing, but I really like Damian Wayne. He is like his father. I like this whole he was trained by the League of Assassins, and now he's kind of, dealing with this whole League of Assassins part of his life, and now he's coming in to the Robin role, and Batman cheating him, and all that stuff was great. Deathstroke was a great villain in this. The League of Assassins was great. Um, Damian Wayne between the relationship between Damian Wayne and Batman was great. Everything was great about this movie. Now, Throne of Atlantis. This was another okay, good movie. It's not the best, but this was the introduction of our fish friend Aquaman. I liked it. It was cool. I mean, it was more or less like what we saw in the Aquaman movie, but just without like the Justice League. But it was still okay. Batman vs. Robin. Now, I'll put this in front of Son of Batman, because this is probably my favorite Batman story. Introducing probably my favorite Batman villains, the Court of Owls. Now, I can't think of anyone who don't like the Court of Owls. Like, what's not to like about the Court of Owls? Like, they are amazing, well, in my opinion. I know that we haven't gotten a whole lot of them. I know that they are the main villains of the upcoming Gotham City. Not Gotham City, Gotham Knights, that new game. But yeah, I would love to see more. I would love to see a live action version of the Court of Owls, and just to see the Court of Owls in general. This also deals with the relationship between Batman and Damian, but they kind of clash, which is great. Damian is not this perfect Robin. He has flaws, just like his father, and they clash. And yeah, this movie was great. Batman Bad Blood. Now, I can't say it was great. It was okay. It wasn't something that it was still a good movie, but for me, I just like Batman vs. Robin and Son of Batman more. Now, Justice League vs. Teen Titans. Now, this was another okay movie. Now, the Teen Titans are probably my favorite team of all time. Now, that doesn't counter the fact that I still love the Avengers and all the other teams and superhero stuff. But the Teen Titans are probably like my favorite out of every like DC Marvel team, in my opinion. But yeah, this was another good movie. You know, Trigon as the villain. He wasn't the best, but he was okay. I like the Teen Titans though. I don't think that the Justice League really needed to be involved. But yeah, the relationship between the kids was great. The kind of back and forth between Blue Beetle and Damien was great. Beast Boy was great. Everything was great. It was just it just didn't really do anything for me particularly, but it was still a good movie. Now, Justice League Dark, this was a great movie. I honestly love this movie. I honestly could watch this like 3 times over. Now, Justice League Dark was a great movie. I think the whole magical side of the DC universe and the Marvel universe, I'm very interested in. I always loved magic. Valerie talking about Harry Potter, you know, Marvel, Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate, all of that magical stuff was great. I just love magic in general. But, I love Constantine, I love Santana, I love Deadman, I love Etrigan the Demon. I also like Batman involved in this. It made sense why he was in this. It made sense why he would team up with the Justice League Dark. It just made sense. And I love their dynamic between each other. I loved how they work as a team. I loved the story. Yeah, this was a really great movie. I can watch this movie 10 times over. Justice Teen Titans Teen Titans the Junior Contract. Now I love this movie. Now this movie was way better than I think Justice League versus the Teen Titans. Now the Judas Contract is probably one of my favorite Teen Titans storylines. But yeah, Deathstroke and Brother Blood as the main villains. They were fantastic. I love the main villains in this story. I love the team dynamic in this. I love Terra in this. Everything was great. Yeah, it was great. I wouldn't say it was much of a, well, I guess it was a story, but I don't know, yeah, but I mean, this movie was great. I can't really find no complaints about it, really. Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. I haven't seen this. This is one movie I haven't seen. Another movie I haven't seen, but, we get to that in a second. Now, The Death of Superman is probably a great movie. It's a great movie. I love this movie. Even if it, when it's called The Death of Superman, it's not really, as a movie, as The Death of Superman would like to call it, it wasn't really a Superman story. Superman wasn't really in it much. It was one of my criticisms about it. But we see the Justice League versus Doomsday, which was great, which was part of the whole comic book storyline. I get it. But yeah, this was a great movie. I love the relationship between Clark Kent and Lois Lane. I love the Justice League fighting Doomsday. I love the Lex Luthor. Yeah, this movie was top notch. Top notch. Now, Revenge of Superman, it was a good movie. I don't think it's better. I don't think it's better than the Death of Superman, but I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I love the different Superman that was introduced in it. I love Superboy. I think this version of Superboy wasn't really my favorite. I like the versions of Young Justice and Connor Kent. Well, I mean, obviously, Connor Kent is Superboy, but I just loved the Young Justice version and the one that we have in Titans right now. But yeah, it was still a good movie. It was still a good movie. Now, Wonder Woman Bad Blood. Now, this is another movie I haven't seen yet. Batman Hush. Batman Hush was another good movie. This was probably the weakest of the Batman stories. Batman trilogies, as we might say it. But yeah, I liked the story. It just wasn't better. That's all. I liked Hush. I read the comic book storyline, and it's exactly like this one. But anyways, it just wasn't great in my opinion. It was still a good movie, but it just wasn't good, all that great in my opinion. The Justice League Dark. Yeah, this was an amazing movie. The deaths, the risk that they took in this movie was absolutely fantastic. Probably the best movie out of all of the DC animated movies. Now, the death of mainly all the characters except for the main ones. But yeah, I love this movie. This movie was great. You know, this really reminded me of Zack Snyder's Justice League a little bit. Well, this kind of reminds me of what Zack Snyder Justice League 2 and 3 would have been. But yeah, this was a great movie. I think Constantine really stepped up in this movie. Everything was great. To Damian Wayne, to Constantine, to all the deaths of our favorite characters, to Darkseid, to Darkseid killing and turning them into like these kind of robot monsters of themselves. But yeah, this was great. And it wrapped up really nicely. Really interesting. But yeah, now Flashpoint is another great movie. Probably one of the famous Flash comic book storylines. Probably one of the famous DC comic book storylines of all time, in my opinion. But yeah, this was a great movie. I just love the concept of just Barry Allen just going back in time, saving his mother, and Thomas Wayne becoming Batman instead of Bruce Wayne, Aquaman and Wonder Woman fighting each other. It's such a great concept. But probably one of the best concepts, Elseworld concepts, in my opinion. But yeah, I love this movie. It was a movie that really started everything that went on for the DC animated universe. There you go. My list of my favorite DC animated movies. Now, comment down below. Let me hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Agree with my list? Do you guys disagree? Which is your favorite DC animated movies? Maybe you watched all of them. Maybe you haven't. You hate all of them. Comment down below. I would love to hear your guys' opinions. Yeah. With that being said, give a like, comment, subscribe, that bell notification to get notified when videos like this drop. Guys, in the next video.